Hi, my name's Isaac, and this is a brand new 2023 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport R-Line. And today, I'm gonna review it for you guys. This might be a contender for vehicle that I've reviewed with the absolute longest name. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Auto House in Lancaster, Pennsylvania for allowing me to borrow this vehicle. One of the really cool things about this dealership is they have a little auto museum in their basement. I've never been to a dealership like this before, and it's such a cool touch. So for all your Volkswagen, Porsche, or Audi needs, I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. Beginning with the front end of the Cross Sport R-Line, you're going to have LED high and low beams, LED daytime running lights, but it only has incandescent turn signals. And then moving into the grille, you'll have an R-Line badge and your Volkswagen logo, which doubles as a sensor for the safety system that this comes equipped with. That works in conjunction with a camera that is mounted up at the top of the windshield. And then moving further down the grille into the lower bumper portion, you'll have parking sensors that dot the front end. And overall, I just think this is a pretty sleek looking SUV. Volkswagen has really done a great job of incorporating a corporate style with their vehicles while still making them all look distinct in their own right. Moving underneath the hood in the R-Line, this is powered by a 3.6-liter V6 paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and that makes 276 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. Swinging over to the profile of this Atlas Cross Sport R-Line, you're going to have two 55/50R Scorpion Pirelli tires on here around these 20-inch wheels. Very sharp looking, and I really like the black accented fender flares right there. Then you'll have a Cross Sport badge right in there. Up here you'll have a blacked out mirror cap, turn signal indicator, and then you are going to have blind spot monitoring in this, and they are power mirrors as well. Down here you'll have keyless entry, and as we move to the rear, I have the key right here. We'll focus on this for a minute. So lock, unlock, and panic. What I think is particularly fun, I think you can see it here, is panic for Volkswagen is a little guy running away, which I like that. You'll also have remote start, so lock the vehicle and you tap this twice. That's gonna turn the Atlas on real quick. You can see that's very responsive. Tap it again and that's gonna turn it off. But you also have the ability to open the lift gate from back here. Just tap that button and that is going to open it up. And there is tons of storage space back here. As you can see, since this is a brand new model, they have everything sealed back here, still in its packaging for the customer, whoever purchases this, but lots and lots of room. That's really cool to see. And you'll have a 12-volt back there, very useful. And if we lift this up, you will have a donut down here. So that's nice to have a full, an actual spare tire, I should say, and not just a fix-a-flat kit. And then right here, you can pull this out to cover up any of the items that you have here so somebody doesn't look through your window and see that you have thousands of dollars in valuable jewels that you're carrying in the back of your Atlas. And so that is a very nice little convenience item right there, though it is removable if you don't want to have it in there. And before we move to the interior, I just want to say, so obviously you can lower the liftgate from the key fob, but you can also tap this button right there, and that allows you to do it as well. Here on the rear, I'll take my temp plate off. You have a backup camera, your Atlas badge, and Volkswagen, and then you're going to have your tow hitch and parking sensors. Fairly well equipped to tow. Nice to see that if you wanted to bring a little trailer along with your Atlas Cross Sport. But let's take a look at the interior. Moving fully into the interior of the Cross Sport R-Line, it is super premium in here, very comfortable. And I think even though you might not be able to feel the textures, you can at least see the cool features that this has, and I think you're going to agree with me. So right here, there is a soft touch material up here. Down here, soft touch as well. Nice place to rest your arm. I really like the accent stitching in the door. That tan is really neat. Then you'll have your window controls, your mirror controls, your lighting controls. Then pulling up here, you'll have your turn signals, windshield wipers, and your steering wheel. Very comfortable leather-wrapped steering wheel. A lot of buttons on here, some for your radar guided cruise control, which works in conjunction with that aforementioned camera system and sensor on the front. Then you'll have your volume right here, but you also do have the ability to control your center gauge cluster, which is fully digital. So there's a lot of different things that you can pull up on here. Really cool different functionality. You can even pull your navigation map up in it. That is amazing. I really wanted to highlight that feature. I know some vehicles do this, but it's pretty rare nowadays. So it's so convenient to be able to be driving and have your navigation map right in that gauge cluster. Very useful. And then of course, there's a lot of other functionality things that you can change. You can change your tachometer, your speedometer. For example, if I go into the settings right here and I turn on these things, I can turn my cruise control on, lane assist. There's a lot of different functionality changes, which is always nice to see. And it gives you what your, dang, it went away. There we go. It gives you what your posted speed limit is, which is really neat. So a lot of cool functionality there, but I think my favorite is definitely the navigation map in the gauge cluster. That is so cool, very useful and convenient. And then you'll have an R badge down there on the steering wheel. And then moving over to your infotainment system, there is gesture control. Basically, you can use the force with this thing. So if I wave my hand here in front of the screen, I can move between different settings. Now I'm on the radio presets for the FM. I do not understand why Volkswagen thinks you would want 36 FM presets. I don't know if they really know that their market loves to listen to the traditional radio, but they have a lot of different FM presets right here. But the thinking is that as I'm driving, I can kind of swipe between this with my hand, and then I go, oh, I want to listen to my 16th FM preset, and I can go to that one. And this works on more than just your radio stations. If we went to like car, for example, it works the same. You can move between your different menu settings. And I think that works here. No, might not work here. Okay, but the point is that it is functional in a lot of different areas. There's a lot of different swiping gesture controls that you can do with this thing, which is really neat. That is a cool party trick. We'll turn down the radio. Cool party trick that you can do on Volkswagen models. Then down here, you'll have your climate controls, heated seats, your hazards, and then you'll have USB-Cs, 2 of those, and a 12-volt. Then a wireless charging pad right here. This is a wireless charging pad. A pretty traditional shifter. If we shift this into reverse, that pulls up our backup camera. Fairly high quality backup camera. And it does have guiding lines that turn with the wheel, which is very convenient. Not 360 degree on this particular unit, but it is nice to at least have a little bit higher quality backup camera. Then your push button starts down here, a little bit different of a place compared to what most American manufacturers do, but I like that. Took me a little bit to find where it was, but I think it's neat and it's different. You'll have your electronic parking brake down here and parking sensors. Then you will also have your drive mode selector. One thing I think is particularly funny is as it shows you what mode you're in, it shows the road like reflecting off of the vehicle. And that's very silly to me because if it's reflecting off the side of the vehicle, it means I guess it's drifting. Like, how is that working? This guy's going off-road. This guy's sliding real bad if that's where the road is in conjunction to where his tire is. But I think that's a fun little thing that you can bounce between, and you have a lot of different drive modes here on the Atlas Cross Sport R-Line. Man, what a name. Then in here you will have a massive storage area and a USB-C. Then you'll have your mirror up here with directions up in the, with which direction you're facing. It doesn't have the full navigation up here. No, navigation's there and there, not up there. And then up here you will have the button for your panoramic moonroof. So I had this folded in because it was giving me a lot of glare, but you can open that up. Really just gorgeous view out of there. And then I want to touch upon the seats really quick. Very nice soft touch material. You sink into them, very grippy. And of course, driver's seat, you get power up, back, down, left, right, lumbar. And you have the same on the passenger seat as well. It is automatic controls on there, so no manual for the front seats. Overall though, just really premium interior feel. It just is very upscale, and I am impressed. I mean, honestly, with that gauge cluster screen and the seat comfort, I mean, it really almost feels like it's Big Brother Audi, and it definitely came to play with the cool features. I have to highlight this. This isn't something I normally do when moving to the back seats, but the second row door here is massive. And then opening it up, you just have so much legroom. It almost feels like a limousine stepping back here. So much legroom. I probably have 6 inches and, you know, probably 3 or 4 inches, depending on where I sit with the sunroof, but just so much room back here. Very comfortable. You can recline these seats, so there's a little handle down here. If I want, I can pull these back, give myself a little bit more headroom and a little bit more relaxation room, which is so convenient, very useful, very nice. Just so cool back here in the second row seats. I was not expecting it to have this much room, yet it does. You have a little happy face right here, a little storage cubby and your 2 climate vents. Then you'll have 2 more USB-Cs, and then if we, ooh, ow, I didn't realize I crushed my finger right there. You have a 115 volt outlet right there. Ow, that smarts. That is convenient though. And then you do have cup holders right here. And some sticker, leftover sticker. I'm sure that won't come with your vehicle if you decide to purchase one of these. And you have some cup holders right here. And honestly, probably the best view out of the panoramic moonroof, definitely back here. The driving dynamics of this SUV are fantastic. It's very smooth and grippy, and the acceleration, oh my word, it feels like a cloud on the pedal. So incredibly comfortable to drive, and it's very luxurious. It just feels like a very premium dad SUV, you know? It definitely feels like I could see someone showing up to soccer practice in this thing, but I'd kind of be jealous because it's got a lot of oomph behind all its luxury chic, and that is impressive on a Volkswagen like this. And you know, Volkswagen has you know, mixed reputation with certain people, but I really like this. I think this is a very impressive SUV overall, and the features are very cool. And I would say it's probably going to be pretty reliable long term. And I know as I say that, I will start a comment war down below with people going, my Volkswagen was never reliable, and then people jumping to it and going, I've had 3 Volkswagens that have gone over 400,000 miles. But it is the nature of YouTube comments to bicker. But overall, I'm really impressed with this, and it handles well. That's just about going to wrap up my review of the Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport R line. But before I go, I'm back here in my dorm section with a nice fireplace on the TV. I keep petitioning the college to let me have a real fireplace in here, but they keep saying it's too much of a code violation. Anyway, I'd like to close the video by letting you guys know that I am a Christian, and if you have any prayer requests, I would love to be able to pray for you. You can leave those down in the comment section below. And lastly, I like to end off each video with a Bible verse. This particular verse is going to come from Proverbs chapter 30, verse 5. Every word of God proves true. He is a shield to those who take refuge in him. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.